If you get to fish as much as we do, every once in a while, you run across a fantastic little fishing hotspot. That's exactly what's going to happen in the next half hour. Warning, every fish you're about to see is big. We're going to Alabama. Glad you're along with us. You don't want to miss the next half hour because Fox Sports Outdoors is on the air right now.
You're watching the only program with weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southwest region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors.
This is Fort Morgan, Alabama. It's an old Civil War fort, strategically situated at the mouth of Mobile Bay. Many of the most important battles in the Civil War were fought right here in this area as the Confederates tried to defend Mobile Bay against the Union armies. Of course, the Union eventually overtook them, but it is some real history in this area, but it's not the history that we're here for. We're only about 20 minutes out of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. It's home to some of the very best fishing the Gulf of Mexico has to offer. We're taking you to a place today in the Mako 21 LTS with the Mercury 4-stroke 150 hanging off the back. This place is called Dixie Bar. It is one of the greatest hot spots up and down this entire coastline. And while we're out doing that, we're taking you around the region for your latest fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters. Right now, let's get it all started back at the FSN studios with your weekend planner.
The Salooner tables are indicating that this weekend will present an outstanding opportunity for fishing. Peak nighttime hours should start a bit after midnight, while the best daytime activity looks to begin at 12:33 on Saturday and 1:20 on Sunday. The sun will rise at 7 o'clock a.m. and set at 5:24 p.m. And evening skies will be dark with a new moon on Saturday. We're coming right back with fishing information from around the area. And I'll return with catfishing expert Chad Ferguson to answer this week's Ask the Pro question. Stay with us.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Motor Guide Trolling Motors. Motor Guide, because accuracy matters. Lowrance Electronics, celebrating 60 years of fish finding excellence. Find, navigate, dominate. And Excite Technologies, powering the world forward.
Just pulled right up on it and immediately that fish hit. I haven't been on this thing for 5 minutes. I got a bite. Carolina rig, it's got a croaker, rod's going down, 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 got it. All right, I got a fish on Dixie Bar. Welcome back, everybody. We have made it out, as you can see. It's a beautiful day. The wind is down, which means we can go outside the bay from Fort Morgan. I've got a Carolina rig with a croaker on it, and we're just drifting down the edge of this sandbar. And the tide is perfect right now, and I'll explain why in just a second. Big old red. Just pulled right up on it and immediately that fish hit. I haven't been on this thing for 5 minutes. I've caught hundreds and hundreds of redfish in my life, but I don't think I've caught one that's given me this much of a fight. I've got this new, brand new Lew's Super Duty wide reel on, and it's doing a great job right now. And I got this brand new Lew's Super Duty 2 rod on. And it's made for fighting brutes like this end. I got him. I got this bad boy. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I've caught a giant redfish. Oh, look at that. Man. There is what you come to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach for, ladies and gentlemen. A giant bull redfish right here on the perfect tide on Dixie Bar. Womp, 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 womp. How about that? All right. Tail walking back and forth just a little bit. He gave me an incredible fight. There he goes. Well, I want to explain something to you about this tide, but that took so long, we got to get you to some fishing and lake reports from our insider reporters near you, your local lakes, rivers, and bays.
Well, here we are in November, and that means the winter trout stocking program is in effect here in the state of Oklahoma, and that means we have some great trout fishing going on at this time at several places across the state. Now, almost 7,000 rainbows have already been stocked in the Blue River. We've also had stockings at Perry CCC and Roberts Cave, and we'll be stocking Carl Edling, Watauga, and of course we have the year-round trout fishery, Lower Illinois, that has also resumed stocking there, as well as the Lower Mountain Fork. Now, to catch those rainbows, you want to use light line and small hooks if you're using prepared baits, such as salmon eggs or power bait. Go no bigger than a size 8, probably even better a size 10 or 12. And of course, artificials are good for that as well. I really like the little Castmaster spoon because it casts so well. You can fish at a variety of depths and a variety of speeds. Trout regulations sometimes vary from water to water, so be sure and check those out at wildlifedepartment.com. Also, I hope you took advantage of my tip a few weeks back to start practice your dock shooting technique for crappie. That technique is paying off right now at Grand Lake. Good option for that is the Bobby Garland 2-inch slab slayer. Use a 1/24 or 1/32 ounce head. Use that little Garland pull tab to give you something to hang on to, launch it back in there, and wait for some of those nice crappie to show up. It's fun fishing. Trout, crappie, all species are starting to really fire up here in the state of Oklahoma. You can catch them, but you can't catch them if you don't go.
I got her. All right. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're at Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, Alabama. Here's a bite. Something's got my croaker. Got him. Fish on, hard pull. Holy cow. He's got about 100 yards of line out right now. Could be a jack. This is why you use a loose Super Duty speed spool reel, for this very reason right here. When you hook into something big like this, you got to have a rod and a reel that will handle it. What a powerful, muscular, never give up kind of fish a Jack Crevalle is. What I'm doing is I'm keeping my drag fairly loose so that if he decides to make a big run right here, he can do that. But then I'm putting extra pressure on it with my thumb. No matter how tough your tackle is, you put enough pressure on it and something's gonna give. You'll notice too, I'm keeping that rod up at 90 degrees to the fish and letting him fight against the rod. I'm not pointing the rod at him. So I'm just using that thumb pressure to dictate how much pressure that I can put on this fish. I got her. All right. Oh baby, that is a giant Jack Crevalle right there. That's the biggest one I've ever caught. There you go. There is a giant Jack Crevalle right there. Biggest one I've ever caught. 45 minutes, and that's just what it takes. When you hook one of these, you have a choice to make. Do you want to donate 45 minutes, or do you want to basically cut it off or break it off on purpose? Because you're not going to land one of them in quicker than 45 minutes. That's just all there is to it. What a fight. My gear held up. All that loose Super Duty equipment is just unbelievable. So we're going to put this fish back. Away she goes. Cool. You just never know what you're going to catch when you come here to Gulf Shores. I'm going to rest, redo my gear, and we get you some fishing and lake reports from where you live.
Hi folks, this week's Lone Star Lakes is brought to you once again by Breckland Ranch, who remind you that you can extend your hunting season by as much as 6 to 8 weeks if you'll consider booking an exotic hunt after whitetail season is over. They've got axis, blackbuck, fallow deer, and more on the Breckland Ranch. And remember, kids under 12 hunt free with a paid adult. Now this week we're going to go east, starting at Toledo Bend, where they've got a great crappie bite. You'll find them over the brush piles. They may be holding over 30 feet of water, but they're only about 8 to 15 feet deep. So use your electronics to see exactly where the fish are holding. Drop your crappie jigs, drop your minnows down. You'll catch plenty of TB crappie. Next door at Sam Rayburn, it's still bass in the grass. You'll find that emerging grass and throw those spinner baits, Senkos, moving baits around the tops and edges of that hydrilla to catch your bass. You can also do really well on catfish right now in the mouths of the creeks. The big blue cats are starting to move up and they're eating live bait, so use either your live bait or cut bait to catch those Sam Rayburn blue cats. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you once again by Brecklin Ranch. Now let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, Texas Outdoors Journal brings you this week's report, and our November issue is now on sale on newsstands with a great lineup of timely hunting features and columns. Plus our team of pros lets you know about the fall fishing hotspots on area lakes and on the coast. Pick up a copy of Texas Outdoors Journal on newsstands or subscribe and take advantage of our Christmas subscription special. Visit TexasOutdoorsJournal.com or call 713-957-3997. Well, warmer than normal, then cooler than normal temperatures results in a yo-yo pattern that brings seasonal norms. The good news is strong north winds blew water out of back marsh lakes and a lot of bait into our bays. On the upper coast, anglers fishing Sabine through West Galveston Bay are chasing birds and finding some specks underneath. Flounder action is also heating up. Now, no gigging is allowed through November, but anglers have been able to sight cast or slowly bounce jigs down the sloping bay floors and catch some good flatfish. Middle coast redfish are over grass beds, while trout are along mud shorelines near deeper water. There have also been some surprises, like the 32-inch, 14-plus pound snook caught by Law Rogers while fishing with Getaway Lodge in Port Mansfield. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Tracker Boats. It's more than a boat, it's a tracker. Mercury Marine, go boldly. And Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there.
I can't do much with him, so I'm just going to try to get him in the net one of these times when he swims past. One's got it. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're still at Gulf Shores. I've got one running with my croaker, and I've got a circle hook on here, and I'm just going to let him set the hook. Got him, fish on. All right, I got one. The tide has gotten right. The tide is now outgoing. We're in the middle of the afternoon. The tide's outgoing, and it's funneling right across this bar, and it's pulled every fish, every species. Look at this. Every fish is up here feeding. That's a black drum. We're gonna have the Grand Slam. Look at that dude. Wow. Giant. Man, what kind of a day are we having? There's your giant black drum. Well, this is really something. I mean, you talk about coming out here and doing battle with some giant fish. You come here and book Captain Patrick Garmison for a guide trip, and he'll come put you on Dixie Bar and some of these fish. It is amazing. I'm just gonna flop him right back in. See you, buddy. Well, the key here is current. We fished here all morning and never got a bite. And then about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, everything changed. The tide switched, turned into an outgoing tide. Now it's really rushing along. As this water trickles over the top of the bar, it's coming out of Mobile Bay, across the top of that bar, and then funnels on the other side. And those fish are just sitting on the other side of that sandbar, waiting on all the food to get washed over that sandbar. It's only about 4 feet on top, and I'm fishing in about 12 feet of water right now. Time for fishing and lake reports from where you live.
Hey friends, Cajun Phil here with your Fox Sports South Louisiana Fishing Report. I tell you what, all I could say is 3 big old yays. Yay, yay, yay. The flounder run is finally started. Yes, indeed. This last cool spell we had triggered them, and it triggered them good. I had the pleasure of fishing with Vicky and Charles Salvatore from the Rockport Rattlers folks, and I tell you what, we went out. Captain Ben put us on 20 redfish. We had a good time doing that. We ended up at 15 really nice flounder. I tell you what, whenever we got back to the dock, we were so proud of our flounder. Captain Kevin and Captain Carlos came in with their group. They had 61 of the biggest flounder you ever seen in your life. They had 6 over 5 pounds. Flounder fishing is good right now. But keep in mind, it's still spotted. Some of the boats go out and catch a lot. Some of the boats that go out and catch 10, 12, 15. So you're not going to hammer them each and every day. But whenever you do, get on them. I tell you what, it's fast and furious, and they're big, fat, and mean. As far as redfish, all of our boats that's going out targeting redfish right now, they're coming in with their 20. 5 per person, 3 people plus a guide. We get to keep a guide's limit here in Louisiana. Give old Cajun Phil a call, 337-540-5530, and book yourself a trip with the Cajun Paradise Lodge in Charlotte.
Hey, we're still out here on Dixie Bar. I cranked up and I've made another run back up current, and I'm just letting the current, the tide, drift me down the bar, and I'm getting bit every time I do. Got him, got a fish on. All right, this is just automatic, I swear. I have literally pulled up here, and every time I've killed the engine and drifted these croakers down through here, I don't get to go 5 minutes before one gets it. This is a redfish, big old redfish right here. I've actually got my other reel on here. This is my Lou's Speedcast SC600, which is really made for big line capacity and big fish, so that in case they streak out and pull a bunch of drag, you've got lots of backup. There he goes. But you don't want to horse him. Something will give if you horse him. You just let him play himself out against that big heavy rod. I can't do much with him, so I'm just going to try to get him in the net one of these times when he swims past. Ugh! He's tired. Got him. Wow. Man, oh man. How about that for a Gulf Shores redfish? Oh man, we have had one afternoon of it. I'm telling you what, this has just been absolutely amazing. There's what you come to Gulf Shores for right there, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna put him back. If we don't put me back first. Well, I want to just go ahead and put some information up on the screen as we're headed to break here. Here's Patrick Garmison's contact information if you'd like to book him for a guide trip. He can bring you out here. He's got a great boat to do it in. Fishes here every day, knows it like the back of his hand. Then we stayed at Turquoise Place by Spectrum Resorts, right on the beach in Orange Beach. It is the premier, top-of-the-line luxury condominium facility with condos starting at 2,700 square feet and 3 bedrooms and up. So get 2 or 3 families, get 1 condo unit. There's no place here like Turquoise Place by Spectrum Resorts. It is top of the line, and catching these fish right here is something that you've just got to come experience.
Be sure to join Fox Sports Outdoors again next week, Thursday at 5:30, or catch the repeat airing Saturday morning at 8. And you can always watch the latest episode in full HD on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Plus, catch up on all past episodes by clicking the archive button. And see lots of our how-to and product videos by selecting the how-to button. Join our online fishing community. Just click the like button on our Facebook page for access to daily posts with lots of fishing news, videos, and frequent giveaways. And stay up to date with all the latest fishing information and photos by following our Twitter feed. Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Lou's. Fueled by passion, driven by innovation. Feel the difference. Jean LaRue Bass Baits and Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leaders in soft plastic lures innovation. And Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Champions aren't born, they're made.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's time for the Ask the Pro question, your opportunity for advice from professional anglers. This week, Corbin writes, what do you do when you're getting catfish bites but not catching fish? For an answer, we checked with professional catfisherman Chad Ferguson.
If you're getting bites but not connecting with fish and you're confident that it's catfish, there's a couple of things that you can do. One is to make those pieces of bait a little bit smaller. That's one option. Sometimes the baits are just a little bit too long and the fish will grab them and let go, but they won't actually grab the hook. Now another option, if you want to stick with those larger baits, which is often a really good option, is to go with a rig like this, which is a double hook rig. This is a Whisker Seeker Black Mamba, is what this is called, but there's a variety of different options. You can also rig different rigs like this up yourself. But this has two hooks on it, a larger hook and a smaller hook about 6 inches apart. This is going to allow you to put one hook in the top of the bait, one hook in the bottom of the bait, and it'll help with those short strikes where you're not connecting with fish.
Thank you, Chad. If you have something to ask one of our pros, just visit our website, follow the Ask the Pro link, and let us know. Now let's see which big fish picture wins someone a new pair of sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
Well, as you can see, we have made it aboard the Dauphin Island Ferry. We're making the trip in the Mako across Mobile Bay from Fort Morgan all the way across to Dauphin Island and headed on to our next adventure. It's time right now for this week's winner in the Costa Catch of the Week contest. She is Arlene Mooring of Red Oak, Texas, showing a 40 and a 30-pound blue catfish she caught at Lake Tawakoni, Texas. And as an added bonus, here are 3 other big fish from Lake Tawakoni. They're not winners, big fish nonetheless. David King with a 60-pound blue cat, Chip Klein with a 15-pound striper, and Andy Klein with a 17-pound striper. If you'd like a chance to be our next winner, just go to our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Click on the Costa Catch of the Week box on the right side of the home page. Follow the instructions, and you could be our next winner. And if you want to see all of the Costa frame and lens styles, go back to our homepage, click on the Costa logo. There you'll see all of the 580 polycarbonate and glass lenses in all the various colors, and all of the frames, including the frame that I was wearing on this week's episode. I love this one. It's called South Sea. Next up on the gear segment, I want to talk about this brand new equipment that Lew's has come out with specifically to fight these big fish like the big reds, black drum, Jack Breville you saw us catching. Begins with the Lew's Custom Speed Stick Super Duty 2 rod. It's a brand new 7-foot, 11-inch rod with a ton of backbone made for this style of fishing, and the Lew's Super Duty Wide Reel. Again, it's specifically made for these big fish that make these big long runs. It's got big line capacity, big gears, everything set up to fight big saltwater fish like you saw us catching today. And we caught them on a Carolina rig, basically an egg sinker, a barrel swivel, 3 feet of leader, and a circle hook, which is a great hook to catch those fish right in the corner of the lip. Did you ever stop and think about the fact that we are all hardwired differently when it comes to our work, our job skills? We all have different God-given abilities to do different things. That way all the work gets done. It would be really bad if we all liked and were good at the same things. But did you realize that we are all happiest when we're using our job skills for something greater than ourselves? It keeps our work from becoming boring, and it keeps our job from becoming drudgery. Are you using your job for something greater than yourself? If not, what are you going to do about it? In closing, I'd like to give a little shout out to my good friends at Saunders Yacht Works in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. They stored our boat the entire week that we were here, did a great job of taking care of it. These folks have been in the boating business since 1969. They have a great dry storage yard. They can take care of maintenance, repowering, anything to do with your boat of almost any size. They have a location in Orange Beach, one in Gulf Shores. You can contact them at the information you see on your screen. From Orange Beach and Gulf Shores, Alabama, until next week, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.